So it looks like Dan Hooker's not just fighting for his career anymore. He's fighting for his life. The Dan Hooker files have dropped. If you have not seen or are not a part of Twitter and have not seen the news that dropped, man, oh man, I've got a video for you. So we all know Dan Hooker, cool fighter, cool chill dude. Well, he's a little freaky man. And this woman on my screen here on Twitter came out with some crazy allegations. And I do want to preface this. This is all allegations put on Hooker's name, prostituta. And honestly, that's not like, unless you've got some proof, then I wouldn't even be making this video. But there's a lot of freaking stuff out there.
What a lot of people are not understanding here is that yes, he is married. And when I met him, I was working in the booty club. He was just like a client. Loves a OF girl. He loves a ripper. He loves Captain Safe, a hoe. So yeah, I started paying for my life completely. It was shared with him on iCloud. So every time he'd do something, he had to buy something off the wish list. Every time he cheated on me, right? And I kind of started looking on his phone every time, like trying to find a new bitch, a new problem, so I could get a new bag, right? Until I found out that it was a man. When I seen the man.
All right, pause real quick. Whoa, that's the first thing I saw when I pulled up Twitter. And now I had to dig a little bit. Okay, so let me just explain it to you. Oh man, this is crazy. He dreaded this day because it all came out, man. Karma's a thing, man. And look, I don't know the timing of hers. I don't know why I'm going to assume maybe the money stopped coming in. So they've been dating for a couple years. I watched the full clip. I'm not going to play it all on here, but she was clearly a stripper of sorts and, did her own thing. Well, he went to go save her and he wanted to save her. I don't understand why though, because in the end, she's saying that he ended up going off and doing things with guys and other men. And well, there's she dropped. If you go to her Instagram, I don't have her Instagram handle, but if you go to her Instagram, she dropped everything. She dropped the files, man. It's like she had the whole Dan Hooker files on standby for whenever that last purse came in. And for one, he has a wife and kids. She did say in this clip that the wife was aware. Take this with a grain of salt, but still, she had pictures with him, all types of things. But yeah, I guess it was maybe sort of like an open relationship for Dan Hooker. So he was kind of like dating this girl, and then they cut things off after he started cheating on her. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And now, of course, how the internet works, this isn't the end of it. You've got clips like this resurfacing.
Who's non-MMA athlete that you want to see in the octagon?
A reporter asked him, who would you like to see in the UFC octagon that's not in MMA? He answered P. Diddy. Now, at the time, I'm sure it was because, screw that guy. He's evil, bad stuff. Now, when you're on that team, I'm kidding. Now, I should say that. He's not on that team, but you know what I mean? Like, don't look good. You got to be careful with what you say, especially if you're a freaky boy, Dan Hooker. That name now is so funny. That's actually so funny. Wow. So yeah, crazy stuff. Everyone's having a blast. I mean, look at Twitter, dude, just going crazy as it always does. But it's not looking good for Dan Hooker because, like, yeah, like, look at his Instagram post. So, like, that's all they're talking about. And in any fan base, it's going to be big news when shit like this drops. But in the UFC MMA world, like, they're not easy going, right? There will be a lot of toxicity in the comment section for probably the rest of his life. Lastly, I'd like to maybe talk on this real quick because we should have all kind of seen something was off with Hooker from when we first saw him in the UFC. He was normal, clean cut dude. Maybe the hair wasn't my thing, but randomly, like 2 years ago at like 35, he ended up getting like all of these tattoos all at once, like all of them. So we should have seen something was up, right? Because it's like, just like maybe some mental things going on up there. I mean, we all know MMA is not the safest sport, so CT is a thing. But wow, man, I don't even know what to say. Like, how will we see Dan Hooker moving forward? Like, that's all that I can think of now. And you know, he didn't have an image. Like, he had like a, you know, he kind of talks some shit, you know, Mr. Bad Boy with the accent. You know, he's like, I like chaos, you know. You also like, yeah. That's thought I'd make a quick video. Crazy stuff. Dan Hooker's a freaky boy. Maybe they should sign P Diddy as soon as he gets out of jail. Maybe that is the matchup. That would sell some pay-per-views. Dan Hooker versus P Diddy. All right, let me zip my pants